Now, black hole, as I told earlier, I explained, it would look like this. It is not a real photograph because black hole nobody has seen. But the scientists imagine the black hole as just like this. The black hole in the center, and all the stars are coming out, the objects, the light, the mass, and the movement. The three things, they were originated from the black hole, from the center of the black hole. And this Big Bang theory made many progress, and also the scientists, apart from scientists, some philosophers also started thinking about that. I'd like to tell my students that the concept of black hole and the Big Bang first came in the mind of our great poet Rabindranath Tagore. So way back in perhaps you know that Rabindranath Tagore won the Nobel Prize in 1913, and on the very next year in 1914, he was in Kashmir on Jhelum and Dal Lake connecting point. He was staying there for some days in a houseboat with his fellow colleague and the poet. His name was Satyendranath Datta. And I'll tell you what happened that time. Rabindranath Tagore traveled around the world, and he met many people, and he read many books starting from the very beginning of his career. Perhaps you know or may not know that his father took him when he was only 13 years old to Dalhousie in the Western Himalaya, and his father is a very learned person and very learned, and also he was a great philosopher as well, Maharishi Rabindranath Tagore. He first taught him about the stars in the vast sky at night. So from that time, Rabindranath Tagore developed a real started feeling a sort of question in his mind. So how the creation started in the very beginning. So he asked his father. Father gave him some answers, but he was not satisfied. He became matured. He traveled. He went to UK about twice before he got his Nobel Prize. And after that, he read many books. He did not read only Sanskrit, Bengali, and philosophical stories, but also he started developing a real question in his mind to know about the secrets of the environment and also the creation. And it was 1914, just 1 year after he got his Nobel Prize. In Kashmir, he was in Dal Lake with his colleague. He's actually his junior poet. His name was Satyendranath Datta. The darkness was falling at the end of the day. The shadow was lengthening. The water of the lake was getting darker and darker. And he said that, look, Satyen, don't you feel that it is something that could have been seen in the beginning of the creation? Satyendranath also became very much inquisitive. He said that, tell me the story. And he said that I believe in the past, in the very beginning of creation, millions and millions of years ago, nothing was there. Long before the earth was born, nothing was there. All the objects were concentrated in a darkness. Objects means the light, the material, and the speed. He wrote a poem on that, sitting on the houseboat. Then his name is Balaka. I would ask my students to read in Sanchayita that Balaka poem, where he actually first explained the story, the secrets of the origin of the universe. মনে হলো সৃষ্টি যেন স্বপ্নে চায় কথা কহিবারে বলিতে পারে না স্পষ্ট করি অব্যক্ত ধ্বনির পুঞ্জ অন্ধকারে উঠেছে গুমরে. What does it mean? In Bengali he said, মনে হলো সৃষ্টি যেন স্বপ্নে চায় কথা কহিবারে. It seems like the entire creation was trying to speak out in its dream, but cannot speak out properly. So this is the condition when the black hole did exist. And after that, what happened? We know, according to the theory of black hole and the Big Bang, which came about 8 years later by Edwin Hubble. Rabindranath Tagore, 8 years back, he said that সহসা শুনিনি সেই ক্ষণে সন্ধ্যার গগনে শব্দের বিদ্যুৎ ছটা শূন্যের প্রান্তরে মুহূর্তে ছুটিয়া গেল দিক হতে দিকে দিগন্তরে. That means the light, the sound, the object started spreading suddenly from a certain point. So this is how he explained. Even before Edwin Hubble could think about that, or the people around the world started thinking about the origin of the earth, he explained through his poem. It is really excellent. And I can just mention his lines, what he actually said and what he meant to say about the origin of the creation. The creation, the story is not completely unveiled till now. It is true that something we have heard, something we have learned from the scientists as they believe. But it is also true that as the time elapses, as the time goes on, we start learning many things. The great scientists, they say that we are learning, but our process of learning is yet to be completed. It is a very, very slow process. We can learn many things, but still many things, many mysteries still remain uncovered. And we have to go through our learning. It is also true that after this, another hypothesis came up. That's the steady state theory. Apart from Big Bang theory, the second one, which emerged in the last century, the 20th century, is the steady state theory proposed by Fred Hoyle, the British scientist, and it was also contributed by our Indian scientist, Professor J.V. Narlikar, who was the professor of Patna University in 1948. In 1948 itself, first Fred Hoyle gave his idea, which was alternative to Big Bang theory, and John Commission Narlikar afterwards, he contributed into it. The core concept of this theory is that nothing can be created from any point of origin. They are all the objects in the space that we have in the universe. They are always building up, getting eroded, getting elapsed, and getting built up again. This is the continuous process of creation and destruction. This ongoing process goes on and on. It has become very popular among the people, but it is true that the theory is not as solid as the Big Bang and black hole theory. And that is why when we talk about the origin of the universe, the concept, we first consider Big Bang theory of Alexander Friedman and Edwin Hubble, and then we consider the steady state theory. And it is true that steady state theory is not as popular as the Big Bang theory, and that is the uniqueness of this concept.